Hi, I'm Becca Feeken with Amazing Paper Grace, a licensed designer at Spellbinders, and we've been talking about embellishing your die cuts and my favorite die cut embellishing techniques. So, sparkly, what does that mean to you? Sparkly means shaker cards to me. Anytime you can take a die and make a shaker card out of it, you're saying something. It always draws attention. So today, we're going to make a shaker card. Now, I have some elements here. This is a layering set. They're meant to lay over each other so that you can see the depth. That sets it up perfectly for being a shaker card. This particular one is called Spellbinders Bundle of Joy. And this is the shaker card that I made. It's actually a shaker tag. It's got a little bit of material inside, and it has the stork, and then the words are on the outside. So I'm going to show you how I started making this. I die cut both of the pieces of the layering set, but they need just a little something. I recommend doing a little bit of shading so that you can get some interest on your pieces. So I'm going to take just a little bit of ink and a dauber. Now, I experimented with a lot of things and they were all too big. So I do really recommend a dauber for this. You don't want to shade everything. You just want little highlights. So you'll just go down with your dauber a little bit. I actually rub a little off so that I'm not getting too much. And then just on the back of the bird, you're going to do just a little bit. There's not a whole lot other to do with that other than highlight a couple of points. And on this particular piece, I'm also going to cut out these tiny little feet right here. They go inside the bag. And so I'm just going to put them there, run it through my die cut machine very quickly. It's a quick cut. Okay, so here's the Platinum 6, and as I mentioned before, I'm using the same setup or sandwich that I've used. I'm going to put the die face up. This is such a tiny little die. And then cover it with my clear platform and just roll it through quickly. I don't need to emboss this because it's just tiny. Okay. So I've cut out the feet. So that piece is actually done, except you want to take a Sharpie pen and put an eye on the stork. There we go. Okay, so the stork is done. I'm just going to turn over these words, Bundle of Joy, and I'm going to finish inking them up. Just a little bit of ink. There's nothing to it. Just very lightly rub your dauber over. Like I said, this manages to get in all of the tight places, and I actually have a set of these done. So that just gives you an idea how quickly they work up. I am actually ready to start putting this together. I have a die here that I'm going to adhere together. It's Arch Swallowtails, and it perfectly matches the curve of this layered set. So I thought that they would work together perfectly for a tag. I'm going to just very quickly adhere, and then the base of my tag is done. The stork is actually going to appear on the bottom, so I'm going to turn him over, and I have these long sheets of foam tape that I've stacked doubly so that I can just wind it around here. So I'm simply going to lay it down. What I'm doing is I'm creating a wall for our shaker material, and this tape just curves around right with the profile of the die in this case, and is going to cordon off everything for me, and that's easy enough. It's also going to lift it and separate it, which gives it that interest. So I'm going to cut this right here, and then I think I have enough left on the bottom to fill this in. Now, you don't want to leave any gaps or your material obviously will fall out. And I think I've just about got it. So having done that, the surface is sticky, but the inside is sticky too. So I use this little powder tool to work around the inside of that die because I don't necessarily want my crystals to stick. So I'll just come around the inside a little bit, and this helps. It's not going to keep everything from sticking, but it'll keep most. Okay, so that is the first layer, and I'm going to place it down. I don't want it all the way at the top, although it could go right at the top, so I'm just going to place it right there. Actually, I'll move it down just a little bit. I have a piece of acetate that I need to stick down. It's going to hold everything in, and for that I'm going to use glossy accents. Don't go overboard with it, just enough to get it stuck down. And so you'll just squeeze out a scant line around, or you'd have a mess with this. It's just to kind of tack things in place. Once you have that, you'll simply lay that acetate sheet on top, just like that. Now I'm ready for the next tape layer, and I will just go around the profile of the cutout again, just like we did before. These are all going to stack up one right on top of the other. You can think about all the opportunities that you can to use your layering dies for this. If it's something that goes together, you can separate it with a doubly stacked foam tape, and then you're ready for your shaker. All right, so I'm going to close off the bottom of this. And okay, so now I have the shaker material to go inside. There's lots of things you can use, and so I'm just going to liberally pour that in. You get one chance at this, so you definitely want enough, and not too much. So now I can actually stack these, and there we go. And shake it and make sure nothing's coming out. There we go. The last thing for this is a holder so that you can tie it to a package. And in this particular die set, there's a rattle. And I cut the handle of the rattle off for this curvy piece that I thought would make a great place to attach a ribbon to attach to a bag. Here again, I'm going to use this glossy accents and just squeeze out a little bit, and we'll place it right there. So that was a quick and easy tag that's a shaker card. Shaker cards are just something that bring interest. You can hardly look away. It's another powerful way that you can embellish your die cuts. Thanks for watching. If you like this video and want to see more from Scrapbook.com, please like, share, subscribe, and leave a message. Happy crafting!